the today's class we are going to start two variable functions, limit, continuity, differentiability. ठीक है, टू वेरिएबल फंक्शंस के लिमिट, कॉन्टिन्यूटी एंड डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी पर यहाँ पर हम लोग क्वेश्चन करने वाले हैं. So here we have first question. ठीक है, okay, we'll take the questions on limit, continuity, differentiability and partial derivatives. ठीक है, so we have this question. चलिए जी, तो सॉल्व करते हैं इस क्वेश्चन को. फंक्शन ऑफ टू वेरिएबल गिवन है हमारे पास. द फंक्शन डिफाइंड अलोंग x नॉन जीरो और x जीरो मींस हियर y कैन बी एनी, हियर आल्सो y कैन बी एनी. वी नीड टू फाइंड द पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव्स विद रिस्पेक्ट टू x, विद रिस्पेक्ट टू y एट द पॉइंट 0,0 एंड नीड टू फाइंड इट्स सम. ठीक है, चलिए जी फटाफट से करते हैं. लेट्स कंप्यूट fx एट 0,0. सो इट इज नथिंग बट लिमिट h टेंडिंग टू 0 एज आई एम टेकिंग वेरिएशन इन x. सो f एट h, 0 minus f at 0,0. Pratiksha saying D option. Really? Okay, let's have a look quickly. Limit h tending to 0. So here h, x coordinate is h and y coordinate is 0. So square root of h square plus 0 I will have minus, as my x coordinate is 0, y coordinate anything, then value is 0 divided by h. So limit h tending to 0. So what I will have h upon mod of h, and square root of h square is nothing but mod of h upon h. Clear है? Mod h to mod h goes cancel out, h to h goes cancel out. So I am having here 1. Yes, Pratiksha, your answer would be correct, beta. Yes. Let's compute fy at 0, 0. So formula says limit k tending to 0, f at 0, k minus f at 0,0 divided by k. ठीक है, okay. See, y component is any, but whenever your x component is 0, whenever your x component is 0, function will be defined by 0. ठीक है, here your y can be any, here also your y can be any. ठीक है जी, if x component is 0, function will take the value 0. So this is 0, this is 0, so overall value is 0. So yes, fx at 0,0 plus fy at 0,0 is nothing but 1 plus 0. This will give you 1. So my answer D is correct. Always just understand the definition of your function. Your function defining along x, x non-zero, x 0. Y can be any, here as well as here. ठीक है, जनरली बच्चे रीडिफाइन कर देते हैं, बट द थिंग इज यहाँ पर रीडिफाइन करने का नीड नहीं है. नो नीड टू रीडिफाइन योर फंक्शन, टेक इट डायरेक्टली. ठीक है, चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन लेते हैं. ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज दिस, एंड ऑल्सो विल टेक क्वेश्चन on the chain rule also. Chain rule पर भी क्वेश्चन लेंगे. Z is a function of two variable x and y. ठीक है, the thing is f is a function of x and y. X is depending on t, y depending on t. So ultimately my f or z is a function of one variable t. ठीक है, that's why I can differentiate z ordinary with respect to t. That means I can take dz by dt. Now the chain rule will be what? Z depending on x and y depending on t. That's why z depending on a single variable t. So dz by dt according to chain rule क्या मिल जाएगा? del z by del x dx by dt. करेक्ट है? del z by del y and dy by dt. करेक्ट है? zx it is nothing but fx x comma y dx by dt. dx by dt is nothing but g dash at t. करेक्ट है? del z by del y is nothing but fy x comma y and dy by dt is nothing but h dash at t. And I need to find the value of dz by dt when my t is equal to 3. Okay, see here x and y are the function, x and y are depending on t now. So fx when t equal to 3, then x is equal to what? When t equal to 3, then x is nothing but g at 3. Correct? When t equal to 3, then y is nothing but h at 3. Correct now? Okay, so g dash at 3 plus fy g at 3 comma h at 3 into h dash at 3. Correct है जी? Okay, so fx g at 3 given है 2, h at 3 is 7. ठीक है? Okay, g dash at 3 is 5. Okay, plus fy this is also 2,7 and h dash at 3 is minus का 4. So fx at 2,7 is 6 into 5 plus fy at 2,7 is minus का 8 into minus का 4. So I have 30 plus 32. So answer is 62. So my answer is A. Answer is A. ठीक है? Answer is A. Just use the chain rule और कुछ भी नहीं करना है. Everything is given here. Data is entire data is given here. Chaliye, okay. Let's take the next question then. Okay. So here, okay, something is missing here. Let me check then. Question depends on the chain rule basically. I have to check this question. Okay. So well, this should be this. Yes. तो यहाँ पर correction है. The correction is z is equal to e raised to x y square. ठीक है. Z is equal to e raised to x y square. ठीक है. तो z is depending on x and y. Now my x depending on t and y depending on t. So ultimately the z depending on t. That's why I can compute here dz by dt. ठीक है. So the thing is dz by dt as usual. Del z by del x. dx by dt plus del z by del y and dy by dt according to chain rule. चलिए. So just compute the values quickly. Del z by del x. Del z by del x is nothing but y square e raised to xy square dx by dt. So from here dx by dt, it is nothing but cos of t minus का t sin t. ठीक है. So here I will have cos of t minus का t sin t. Okay. Now del z by del y. Del z by del y will be twice xy e raised to x y square and dy by dt. So the dy by dt is sin t plus t of cos t. So it is nothing but sin t plus t of cos t. And we need to compute dz by dt at the point t equal to pi by 2. Okay. So look. At the point t equal to pi by 2, just find out the values of x and y because here I am having x as well as y terms also. So if I putting t equal to pi by 2, so x will take the value 0 and y will take the value t is equal to pi by 2. Y is my pi by 2. Okay. So x is 0, y is pi by 2. So यहाँ से क्या मिल जाएगा मुझे pi square by 4 1 इनसाइडर पाई बाय 2 पर ये 0 जा रहा है और तो 0 माइनस पाई बाय 2 sin pi by 2 is 1. Okay. Plus as x is 0, so this second term is entirely 0. So minus of pi cube upon 8 I am getting. Minus of pi cube upon 8. So yes, D answer आ रहा है. We are getting here answer is D. Option D is correct. Yes. Answer is D. So now the thing is you guys are very much comfortable in the chain rule. चेन रूल में कंप्लीटली कंफर्टेबल हो आप लोग. ठीक है. चलो अच्छी बात है. आगे बढ़ते हैं. Next question is this. Function defining like this. Okay. So here also we need to find the partial derivatives with respect to x and with respect to y and their value at the point 0, 0. I think this question is quite easy. There is nothing special function. So do this question as exercise. कर लोगे ना? Simple सा question है. So do this as exercise. Next question पे चलते हैं. See, okay. Pratiksha giving me answer also. Okay बेटा. Try solve कर लेना जो भी answer है. Next question is this. So here also we need to apply the chain rule. Here also we need to apply the chain rule. So look, f is a function of x, y, z. But the thing is here, y minus z, z minus x, and x minus y, they will be treated as a single variable. They will be treated as single variable. So if you want, then you can take t1 is equal to y minus z. You can take t2 is equal to z minus x, and you can take say t3 equal to x minus y. So you can write u is a function of t1, t2 and t3, and each t1, t2, t3 is a function of x, y, z. So ultimately u is a function of x, y, z. That's why I can take partial derivatives of u with respect to x with respect to y. Actually it is x. Getting my point? This is how we will do this. ठीक है? Remember here f is not the function of x, y, z. X is a function of y minus z, z minus x, and x minus y. They will be treated as a single variable. So betterly take the suitable substitutions. So u depending on t1, t2, t3, and each t1, t2, t3 depending on x, y, z. That's why u depending on x, y, z. So that's why I can compute del u by del x, del u by del y, and so on. ठीक है, चलिए okay. So del u by del x. So what will be the chain rule? Chain rule says del u by del t1 and del t1 by del x. ठीक है, plus del u by del t2 and del t2 by del x. Yes or no? समझ में आ रहा है? Del u by del t3 and del t3 by del x. Because u depending on t1, t2, t3 and t1, t2, t3 are depending on x, y, z. So chain rule will be like this. Agree? Chain rule will be like this. Aniket saying okay, very nice Aniket, very nice. चलो फटाफट से देख लेते हैं. So do one thing, keep it as it is. Instead of this, you can put del f by del t1. ठीक है, del f by del t1 और t1 को with respect to x किया तो वैल्यू 0. ठीक है, so del f by del t2, t2 with respect to x giving you -1, and del f by del t3 and t3 with respect to x will give you 1. So I am just having here del f by del t2 negative plus del f by del t3. You are getting D answer? Yes, most probably answer would be D. Yes, okay. चलिए. So del u by del y, del u by del y. ठीक है? With respect to this. So the thing is del f by del t1. Differentiate t1 with respect to y. I'll having here 1. ठीक है? फिर del f by del t2. Differentiate t2 with respect to y. This will give you 0. And plus del f by del t3, differentiate t3 with respect to y, so this giving me -1. So I am getting del f by del t1 minus del f by del t3. Similarly del u by del z, this will give you del f by del t1 with respect to z, this giving me -1 plus del f by del t2, t2 with respect to z will give me 1, and del f by del t3, t3 with respect to z will give me 0. So I am just getting minus of del f by del t1 plus del f by del t2. Correct? I am calling it 1, I am calling it 2, I am calling it 3. So when I take 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is del u by del x plus del u by del y plus del u by del z. So this will give me answer 0. Just add them. del f by del t2 से del f by del t2 पॉजिटिव, नेगेटिव, तो ये पॉजिटिव कैंसिल आउट हो जा रहा है. यहाँ पर नेगेटिव तो पॉजिटिव कैंसिल आउट हो जा रहा है. t3 पॉजिटिव टू नेगेटिव, t1 पॉजिटिव टू नेगेटिव, एवरीथिंग इज 0. सो दैट्स व्हाई माय आंसर इज 0. ठीक है, यस, आंसर इज 0. सो डी ऑप्शन इज करेक्ट हियर. ठीक है. सो अगर ऐसा कोई क्वेश्चन रहेगा सो हम लोगों को वापस चेन रूल पे ही जाना रहेगा, बस थोड़ा सा ध्यान देना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. ओके, द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज दिस. हियर z डिपेंडिंग ऑन x and y. z dependent on x and y. Oh wait, okay, so look at it here. Z depending on x and y. Z is equal to t cube. There must be some correction. There must be some corrections. Yes. It shouldn't be Z basically. Yes, that must be X. Yes, that must be X. Otherwise, to काम ही नहीं हो रहा. So Z is a function of x, y. X and y are function of t. So that's why Z is a function of t. कर लोगे, easy है. ठीक है, सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन है. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. Okay, let's take this question. Okay, so usually polar coordinates है ये हमारे पास. r square is equal to x square plus y square, then which of the following is or are true? So basically it is my MSQ type question, and MSQ can have one answer. Correct. चलिए, so first of all observe the options. First of all observe the options. So if you are looking looking at the options, then you can easily get that we need to find here del 2r by del x square and del 2r by del y square, and also del r by del x, del r by del y. Correct? Everywhere we are getting such things. So as r square is equal to x square plus y square. ठीक है? So here r depending on x and y, so that we can partially differentiate r with respect to x as well as with respect to y. ठीक है? So let's differentiate it partially with respect to x. So this will give me 2r del r by del x is equal to twice x. So the thing is I am getting here del r by del x is equal to x by r. Correct? Similarly, I can obtain that del r by del y is equal to what? Y by r. First order partial derivative. Now again differentiate it partially with respect to x. So del 2r by del x square. See, x or r already depending on x. So I will have 1 by r and minus का x by r square del r by del x. ठीक है जी. So 1 by r minus and del r by del x. Del r by del x is x by r. So x square by r तो r cube. ठीक है जी. So यहाँ से del 2r by del y square, this will be 1 by r minus y by r square del r by del y. Now del r by del y is y by r. So 1 by r minus y square by r cube. So addition you have and subtraction you have. So if I am taking the subtraction as del 2r by del x square minus del 2r by del y square. ठीक है, this minus this. So 1 by r to 1 by r goes cancel out. So I'll just have y square by r cube minus of x square by r cube. ठीक है जी. Okay, I can do one thing. I'll take 1 by r outside. Then I'll have y by r to the whole square minus x by r to the whole square. Correct है जी. Okay, so 1 by r. So y by r is nothing but del r by del y to the whole square. ठीक है जी. And x by r is nothing but del r by del x to the whole square. Correct? So अच्छा, okay, negatives here. So 1 by r del r by del y square minus del r by del x square. So my option C is correct. ठीक है, C option is correct. Okay. Now let's take the their sum कर लेते हैं. So if I'm adding them, that is if I'm taking del 2r by del x square plus del 2r by del y square. So I will just have 1 by r minus 1 by r minus x square by r cube and plus 1 by r minus y square by r cube. ठीक है जी. That is 2 by r. And if I am taking negative outside, then x square plus y square upon r cube. That is 2 by r minus, this is r square. So I'll have just 1 by r. है ना? R square to r square goes cancel out 1 by r. So this simply giving me 1 by r only. This giving me 1 by r only. Yes? Okay, this giving me just 1 by r. Can I write it like 1 by r time x square plus y square upon r square? Like the thing is, simply r square by r square. ठीक है, 1 by r square is x square plus y square upon r square. Yes or no? That is 1 by r. So x by r to the whole square, that is del r by del x to the whole square. ठीक है जी. Y by r to the whole square, that is del r by del y to the whole square. Yes, I can write like this because this sum is nothing but 1. This sum is nothing but 1. Yes. So that's why my option A, B is also correct. Yes or no? बताइए भाई. ये भी करेक्ट होगा, हमारा ऑप्शन यहाँ पर बी भी करेक्ट हो रहा है। तो बस थोड़ा सा ध्यान से देखना और कुछ नहीं। चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं फटाफट से। आई हैव दिस क्वेश्चन। तो जी इज द डिफरेंशिएबल फंक्शन फॉर ऑल एक्स, ठीक है, एंड एफ ऑफ एक्स इज दिस, okay, a is some constant. If g at 0 is this, g dash at 0 is this, f dash at 0 is this, and then find the value of a. Will you do this? Just take the derivative, just take the derivative and simply put x equal to 0, you will get the value of e. Simple सा क्वेश्चन है। चलिए तो do this as an exercise। आगे बढ़ते हैं। Next question is this, okay, okay, can you tell me how you will do this question? How will you do this? How will you do this question? Do we have some result? By Euler's, very nice, Aniket. ठीक है, Euler theorem of first order in 3 variables. Euler theorem of first order in 3 variables, because here f is a function of x, y, z, degree 8 term, degree 8 term, and degree 8 term. So by the Euler theorem, this is equal to degree 8 times f. So this is the value of this expression at the point 1 to 1 is nothing but the value of 8 times f at 1 to 1. Okay, so 8 times f at 1 to 1, the value of y is 2. So this will give you 2, value of y is 2. So 8, 24 plus value of y is 2, 4. Okay, so 8 into 30, 240. So answer रहेगा हमारा A. A is our answer. Yes, A is our answer. Okay, चलिए आगे बढ़े। Next question is this. अच्छा, there is a correction. This time you have. Okay. So u is given, ठीक है? Okay. ठीक है, but the thing is here we cannot apply any theorem. Although it is not a homogeneous function, but it can be converted in a homogeneous function. But the thing is e raised to u going to be a homogeneous of degree 3. E raised to u going to be a homogeneous of degree 3. But जो पूछा गया है वहां पर आयलर थ्योरम का यूज है ही नहीं, है ना? There is no use of Euler theorem, correct है? चलिए, okay. So you need to compute it. So how will you do this? See, del by del x plus del by del y plus del by del z to the whole square. That means operator to the square you are having. So this you can write as del of del x plus del of del y plus del of del z. It is an operator. This into del of del x plus del of del y plus del of del z. And you are operating u on this. So this is same as del of del x plus del of del y plus del of del z, and first operate your u on this first operator. So this will give you del u by del x plus del u of del y plus del u of del z. So first of all simplify it, first of all find it, then whatever you will have operate that on this operator. So I am considering this operator is a and this. तो चलो फटाफट से निकालता del u by del x. So del u by del x is nothing but 1 upon x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz, and with respect to x, so 3x square minus का 3yz. Similarly, del u by del y will be 3y square minus 3 of xz upon x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus of 3xyz, and del u by del z, it is nothing but 3z square minus 3 of xy upon x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz. I need to add them. So when I take the addition, when I take their addition, ठीक है, तो क्या मिल जाएगा? ये a ऑपरेटर और तीनों का एडिशन लिया तो क्या मिल जा रहा है भाई मुझे? I am taking 3 outside, then x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx, and upon में x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xy z. Clear है? Do we have some formula to simplify this term? Do we have some formula to simplify this term? Such kind of terms कब मिलती है हमें? We have a formula ना, x plus x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz is equal to x plus y plus z into x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus का zx. Yes, we have this formula. Correct ना? कहाँ पर बेटा? हाँ ठीक है. Yes. So the thing is, I have a time this, that is del of del x plus del of del y plus del of del z time this. ठीक है? So look at it here. Instead of this, I can write x plus y plus z into this expression. So this through this goes cancel out. So simply I will have here 3 upon x plus y plus z. सही बात है ना? ठीक है, इस फॉर्मूले का यूज कर लिया तो चलिए जी. So 3 is outside, differentiate it partially with respect to x. So this will give me minus 1 upon x plus y plus z to the whole square. ठीक है जी. Again minus 1 upon x plus y plus z to the whole square. Again minus 1 upon x plus y plus z to the whole square. Correct है? So I am having minus 9 upon x plus y plus z to the whole square. So answer रहेगा हमारा minus 9 upon this. So minus 9 upon x plus y plus z to the whole square. So B option is correct. Clear है? ठीक है? एंड एक्चुअली ये फॉर्मूला काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है. सो प्लीज जिनको याद नहीं था ये फॉर्मूला, नाउ ऑनवर्ड्स प्लीज रिमेंबर दिस फॉर्मूला. चलिए ओके, आगे बढ़े. So the next question is this. This question is quite easy. ठीक है, you will do it by yourself. Easy question है ये भी, पता नहीं क्यों इसलिए आया है. We can easily compute partial derivative with respect to x and with respect to y at the point 0, 0 and then we can add them. Easy है, do it by yourself. Next question. Okay, so the next question is this. Okay, next question is this. Here we need to apply the chain rule. U depending on x, y, z. ठीक है? U is equal to x square minus y square plus sine of y z. That means U depending on x, y, z. Y depending on x, y equal to e raised to x, and z equal to ln x. That is z depending on x. So ultimately U depending on x. So that's why we can ordinary differentiate. We can take total derivative of U with respect to x. So du by dx defined है. Shivani saying, ma'am, today is any? Shivani, what are you saying, beta? ठीक है, चलो, let's start our class right now then again. चलिए, okay, so clear था ये. So that's why I can take total derivative of U with respect to x and then can compute it value at 1. चलिए, okay. So chain rule will say, okay. So chain rule says that du by dx is equal to del u by del x into dx by dx plus del u by del y into dy by dx plus del u by del z into dz by dx. It will be our chain rule. So quickly, del u by del x will give you twice x. ठीक है? Okay. फिर plus del u by del y, this will give you minus का twice y plus z cos of yz, and dy by dx is nothing but e raised to x plus del u by del z will give you cos of yz time y. Del z by del x is nothing but 1 by x. C is the answer. Okay, let's do it quickly. So du by dx at the point x is equal to 1 क्या आ जाएगा 2 plus when x is equal to 1 then y is equal to e and z is equal to 0. ठीक है, y is equal to e and z equal to 0. So minus को twice is z equal to 0. You have this. Then I'll have 1 and it will be y is e. Cos 0 will give me 1 and it is 1 by 1. So क्या मिल जा रहा है भाई हमें? Twice minus of twice e square plus e. Okay. So 2 plus e. Yes, C option is correct. Yes, C option is correct. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. Okay. So it is a question coming from your 12th class, I guess. Yes. Do you know how to solve this problem? If x raised to y plus y raised to x equal to some constant, ठीक है? Then we need to find the value of dy by dx at the point 1, 2. ठीक है? I think it's a standard problem. 12th class की standard problem है. अगर पता हो तो 2021 में एक क्वेश्चन आया था जो कि 11th क्लास से आया था, तो 12th क्लास की प्रॉब्लम भी आ सकती है, ऐसा कुछ है नहीं. ठीक है, चलिए ओके. कैसे करोगे? सी x raised to y, y raised to x. So I'll take this is a function of x and it is another function of x equal to constant c. ठीक है, where f is a function of x, I'll take x raised to y and instead of function of x, I'll write f and g. I'll just write f and g. That's all. I'll write f plus g. ठीक है, equal to constant c, where f is equal to x raised to y and g is equal to y raised to x. ठीक है जी. So when I differentiate it with respect to x, so this will give me df by dx plus dg by dx equal to 0. Most probably I'll consider f and g are the function of x. ठीक है जी, ये मिल गया. Okay, so I need to differentiate this and this with respect to x. How we will differentiate? By taking the logarithm. Take the logarithm both the side, so ln f is equal to y time ln x. ठीक है, now differentiate it with respect to x, so this will give me 1 upon f df by dx, correct है, equal to with respect to x I am taking, so dy by dx ln x as it is. Now keeping y as it is, derivative of ln x is 1 by x. So the thing is df by dx is nothing but f time. F is what? X raised to y time ln x into dy by dx plus y by x. Correct है? चलिए ओके. Now यहाँ से taking logarithm both the side, ln g is equal to x ln of y. Okay. Differentiate both the side with respect to x, so 1 upon g dg by dx is equal to ln y plus x by y dy by dx. So the thing is यहाँ पर dg by dx is equal to g. G is what? G is nothing but y raised to x time ln y plus x by y dy by dx. ठीक है, now put the value of df by dx and dg by dx in the equation 1. So by equation 1 I am getting, okay, df by dx is x raised to y time ln x dy by dx plus y by x plus y raised to x time ln y plus x by y dy by dx is equal to 0. I need to find the dy by dx na. So do one thing, take the coefficient of dy by dx together. So I have x raised to y ln x and यहाँ से plus x by y raised to x. ठीक है, and take another terms in left hand side, so minus of y raised to x ln y and minus of x raised to y x by y. ठीक है जी. So the thing is dy by dx is nothing but minus of y raised to x ln y plus x raised to y by x upon x raised to y ln x plus x by y raised to x. Correct है? And we need to find the value of this derivative at the point at the ordered pair 1, 2. Means x is equal to 1 and y equal to 2. Okay, so minus of x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. So twice of ln 2 plus x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. So this will give you just 2. Correct now? Y equal to 2. 1 raised to 2, 1. Okay. Upon ln 1 is 0. तो ये टर्म 0 जा रही है. प्लस यहाँ पर y is 2. ठीक है. And x is 1. So 1 upon 2 and 2 to the power 1. So 2 to 2 goes cancelled. I'll just have 1. So the thing is minus of twice 1 plus ln 2. This would be my answer. This would be my answer. Minus of 2 ln 1 plus 2. तो इसकी जब वैल्यू कंप्यूट करेंगे तो क्या होगा माइनस 2 इंटू ln 2 क्या होता है ln 2 is 0.68 something. So it will be 1.68 something. 1.68 समथिंग. तो आंसर जो आएगा वो हमारा माइनस का 609 होता है आई थिंक. माइनस ऑफ 234 ऐसा कुछ आ रहा है. काइंड ऑफ. अनिकेत सिंह 0.693 होता है. ओके 0.693 ऐसा कुछ होता है ln 2. हाँ तो 1 प्लस दिस 1 प्लस ln 2 हमारा हो जाएगा 1.693 और फिर इसको क्या कर दोगे 2 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दोगे नेगेटिव से. तो यहाँ पर 6 अरे रे ये क्या हो रहा है 3 पॉइंट समथिंग. कुछ तो भी गड़बड़ हो गया क्या कहीं पे. जरा मेड मिस्टेक भाई. एसेट वैल्यू तो कहीं नहीं आ रही. मतलब डी ऑप्शन आएगा क्या. एक सेकंड. वेल आंसर तो यही है -2 टाइम ln 2 + 1. आंसर इज दिस. अब इसको कंप्यूट करने के बाद जो भी वैल्यू आएगी वही हमारा आंसर हो जाएगा. ठीक है. यस. चलिए आगे बढ़े. चलिए अब आ जाते हैं अपन किस पर लिमिट्स पर. ओके वी नीड टू फाइंड द वैल्यू ऑफ दिस साइमल्टेनियस लिमिट वेदर दिस साइमल्टेनियस लिमिट एग्जिस्ट और नॉट. वी नो हाउ टू फाइंड. ठीक है. एंड जैसा कि मैंने आप लोगों को बताया तो 2 वेरिएबल फंक्शंस की जब लिमिट निकालते हैं देन आल्सो डायरेक्ट सब्स्टिट्यूशन मेथड रैशनलाइजेशन मेथड फैक्टराइजेशन मेथड सब्स्टिट्यूशन सब कुछ वर्क करता है ना. चलिए ओके. सो व्हेन आर यू taking direct substitution here तो 0 by 0 we are getting. So rationalize कर सकते हैं. I can rationalize it. So after rationalization I will have x square y square plus 1 minus 1 upon x square plus y square into square root of x square y square plus 1 plus 1. Correct ना. 1 to 1 goes cancel out. Limit x tending to 0 y tending to 0. x square y square upon x square plus y square and square root of x square y square plus 1 or plus 1. Okay. We are getting 0 by 0 direct substitution से तो we are getting 0 by 0 by the direct substitution. Okay. तो फिर next मीन्स रैशनलाइजेशन विल नॉट वर्क हियर, रैशनलाइजेशन काम नहीं कर रहा है. प्रतीक्षा सेइंग सी. ओके प्रतीक्षा, यू सेइंग कि लिमिट वैल्यू 0 आ रहा है. ओके ओके, लेट्स हैव इट डू देन. ठीक है ना, 0/0 आ रहा है डायरेक्ट सब्स्टिट्यूशन से. तो ओके, सो लेट्स यूज आवर पोलर कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम, है ना. लेट्स यूज द पोलर कोऑर्डिनेट. सो लिमिट r टेंडिंग टू 0, r रेज टू 4 cos स्क्वायर थीटा sin स्क्वायर थीटा अपॉन r स्क्वायर and square root of r raised to 4 sin square theta cos square theta plus 1 and plus 1. ठीक है. So 1r square to 1r square goes cancel out. So I'll just have here r square. Yes. Okay. Now this will be finite. Yes. So this will give me 0 for every theta. Yes. Yes or no? This will give me 0 for every theta. Agree or not agree? भाई बताइए, आंसर दो. Agree ना? क्योंकि if you put any finite value of theta, ठीक है, if you are taking any theta at which sin 0 or cos 0, if you are taking some thetas where sin 0 or cos 0, see sin 0 whenever theta is n pi, cos 0 whenever theta is what, odd multiple of pi by 2, तो लिमिट ऑटोमेटिकली 0 रहेगा. बट इफ यू आर टेकिंग एनी थीटा, if you are taking a theta where neither cos nor sin become 0, so overall ये टर्म तो क्या रहेगी हमारी, बाउंडेड रहेगी ना, बाउंडेड रहेगी. So when I am sending my r to 0, value of limit क्या जाएगी, 0, and it will be work for every theta. So yes, so value of this limit is c. Clear? चलिए आगे बढ़े. Next question. Okay, how will you solve this problem? Here you can find this simultaneous limit by the direct substitution. Here direct substitution will work. Direct substitution plus algebra. So this limit, you can take limit of y and limit of this. So limit of y, this will give you 0, and here x is 0, and I think it should be sin x by y. एक second, it shouldn't be sin x by y. Just a second, let me check. No, it is, there is no x. ठीक है, x नहीं है. So sin 1 by y, so it is a bounded term. It is a bounded term, so this limit is also 0. Oh, Aniket saying D, beta, but limit तो exist कर जा रही है because x नहीं है यहाँ पर. We have no x here. ठीक है, ठीक है. So this limit is 0 and this limit is 0. So overall limit value is 0. So answer C would be correct. Answer C would be correct. ठीक है. डायरेक्ट सब्स्टिट्यूशन से बाय द अलजेब्रा एंड डायरेक्ट सब्स्टिट्यूशन से हमें यहाँ पर साइमल्टेनियस लिमिट की वैल्यू मिल जा रही है 0. क्लियर? चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. नेक्स्ट इज दिस. ओके, ठीक है. यहाँ पर लिमिट x टेंडिंग टू 0, y टेंडिंग टू 0, mod of x raised to y, mod of x raised to y. चलिए ओके, तो directly I am using here x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. ठीक है, चलिए. So limit r tending to 0, you will have mod of r cos theta to the power r sin theta. ठीक है, okay. Limit r tending to 0, as my r is positive, so I can take r outside. So r to the power r sin theta and into mod of cos theta to the power r sin theta. ठीक है, okay. Now find the value of theta where my terms become 0, that is sin and cos term will become 0. चलिए ओके, बैक टू आवर क्वेश्चन. चलिए ओके, सो लुक हियर. ठीक है, तो because here r to the power this you have, ठीक है. Here cos theta, base cos है, theta है. तो if you are taking theta equal to 2n minus 1 pi by 2, if my theta is this, the odd multiple of pi by 2 where n can be any integer, So if my theta is the odd multiple of pi by 2, ठीक है, तो हमें क्या मिल जाएगा यहाँ पर, ये टर्म जीरो जाएगी, ठीक है, ये टर्म जीरो जाएगी, तो ओवरऑल टर्म इज व्हाट, जीरो, ओवरऑल टर्म इज व्हाट, जीरो, करेक्ट है। But if theta is not equal to 2n minus 1 pi by 2, that is if theta is not the odd multiple of pi by 2, if theta is not the odd multiple of pi by 2, then clearly mod of cos theta is less than or equal to 1 or strictly greater than 0. ठीक है, so I have a number lies between 0 to 1 whose power is this, whose power is this, correct ना। अब पावर कुछ भी हो, r tending to 0, r tending to 0, a number which lies in this range whose power is 0, ठीक है, तो ये क्या देगा, मुझे 1 दे देगा। तो उस केस में ये फर्स्ट लिमिट तो मुझे 1 दे दे रही है, एंड सेकंड यहाँ पर क्या मिल जाएगा, 0 टू द पावर 0, यहां से क्या मिल जाएगा, 0 टू द पावर 0, मतलब अनडिफाइंड फॉर्म। सो वी नीड टू कंप्यूट दिस लिमिट ओनली, यस और नो, आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट। in this case when theta not is equal to this, then limit r tending to 0, r to the power r sin theta, ठीक है, into limit r tending to 0, I am applying algebra, cos of theta to the power r sin theta, ठीक है। So it is a number which lies between 0 to 1 whose power is 0, so this will tends to 1, and I need to compute this limit, and it having 0 to the power 0 form, it having 0 to the power 0 form, where theta is a constant at a time, r is the variable. So this limit is equal to e raised to limit r tending to 0 r sin theta and ln of r, correct है। चलिए, so e raised to sin theta limit r tending to 0 r into ln r, so 0 and it is minus infinity, I am getting undefined form here. So e raised to sin theta limit r tending to 0, I can write it as ln r upon 1 by r, करेक्ट ना। सो दैट इन्फिनिटी बाय इन्फिनिटी फॉर्म हमें मिल जा रही है। सो ई रेज टू sin theta limit r tending to 0, applying L'Hospital rule, so 1 upon r, and 1 by r derivative is minus of 1 by r square. So e raised to sin theta limit r tending to 0, and I'll just have minus of r. So this giving you 0. So e raised to sin theta 0 will give you 0, that is 1. Correct? So this limit is equal to 1 as well as this limit is equal to 1. So 1 into 1 will give you 1. So I have here 1 into 1, that is 1. So if theta equal to this, value of limit is 0. If theta not equal to this, then value of limit is 1. So over and on, limit not exist. Limit not exist. That's why A option would be correct. A option would be correct. Clear? Clear है या फिर कोई डाउट है? ठीक है? Because whenever you are using r theta coordinates, then you will take always r tending to 0. ठीक है? So the value of limit should be independent from theta. So वो हमें ध्यान में रखना है। चलिए आगे बढ़े। So next question is this: which of the following is true? Which of the following is true? चलिए okay. So here I can use the algebra. X tending to 0, y tending to 0. So 1 upon mod of x infinity. ये भी infinity, infinity plus infinity will give you infinity. Yes. So A option is correct. Second option, this limit is 0. Okay. So second option correct होगा हमारा. I can take here r tending to 0, r cube cos theta sin square theta upon r square limit r tending to 0 r cos theta sin square theta. ठीक है, for every theta this should be a bounded term, so I'll have 0. Yes, so B option is also correct. A option is correct. What about the C? What about the C? Okay, limit x tending to 0, y tending to 0. limit x tending to 0, limit y tending to 0, 1 upon xy, and the sign of, I can take xy outside, so x plus y, correct now? Okay, xy is here. I can use here substitution, xy is here, so I can multiply and divide by x plus y. ठीक है. Now here I can use the substitution. I can take xy into x plus y is equal to t. So xy tending to 0, so t tending to 0. So limit x tending to 0, y tending to 0, sine of xy into x plus y upon xy into x plus y, and into limit x tending to 0, y tending to 0, x plus y. Here I can use the substitution and standard limits. This will give me 1, and here by the direct substitution limit is 0. So overall answer is 0. C is also correct. Yes. So the thing is all A, B, C are correct. So all of the above. So हमारा correct answer जो है वो हो जाएगा D. All of the above. All of the given options are correct. ठीक है? So D is true. आगे चले. Okay. Next we have this. Which of the following function has a limit at the point 0, 0? Which of the following function has a limit at 0, 0? सी 0, 0 पर ये फंक्शन लिमिट रख रहा है, ये ऑप्शन नो. y is equal to mx. if I am taking this, y is equal to mx ले लो, आप कैसे भी देख सकते हो. So limit x tending to 0, twice m x square upon x square plus m square x square. This is nothing but twice m upon 1 plus m square. Limit depending on m square, limit no limit here. If you are looking for the C option, ठीक है, तो C option में भी क्या हो जाएगा? You can do it by the path, or you can take y is equal to mx, इससे भी हो जाएगा, और you can take polar coordinates, तो भी ठीक हो जाएगा. Limit r tending to 0, ठीक है, r raised to 4 cos square theta sin square theta upon r raised to 4 cos square theta into sin square theta plus यहां से हो जाएगा ये r raised to 4 cos square theta minus sin square theta to the whole square. So r to r cancel out. Limit depending on theta. limit तो हमारी थीटा पर डिपेंड कर जा रही, करेक्ट ना. r4 से r4 एवरीवेयर कैंसिल आउट हो जाएगा. सो लिमिट डिपेंडिंग ऑन थीटा. सो ये लिमिट भी नहीं होगी. एंड इफ यू आर लुकिंग फॉर द डी ऑप्शन, तो बेटा डी ऑप्शन की भी बात करो. सपोजिट पॉलर से अगर आप कर रहे हो, लिमिट r टेंडिंग टू 0, सो r रेज टू 6 cos क्यूब थीटा sin क्यूब थीटा अपॉन r cos थीटा माइनस ऑफ sin थीटा. ठीक है. लिमिट r टेंडिंग टू 0, r रेज टू 5 cos क्यूब थीटा इंटू sin क्यूब थीटा अपॉन cos थीटा minus sin theta. But the thing is, beta, here r tending to 0. Can you say this term is bounded? For every theta? No. Reason? If you are taking theta is equal to pi by 4, then the limit will tends to infinity. Agree na? Limit will tends to infinity. For most, take the path y equal to x. 0, 0 पर ही तो है. Take the path y equal to x. Clearly limit will not exist. तो ये भी हमारी नहीं एग्जिस्ट कर रही है। अब बी के बारे में करना है, सो बी को अपने आप ट्राई करना, ठीक है। डू बी बाय योरसेल्फ, ठीक है, ट्राई करना बी के लिए। क्लियर है? चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं। ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज दिस। आई थिंक ये क्वेश्चन कर लोगे आप, इजी क्वेश्चन है। आई थिंक सिमिलर क्वेश्चन वी हैव डन इन क्लास आल्सो। You need to compute here partial derivatives, mixed partial derivative with respect to x and y, and this, ठीक है। Do this question as exercise, सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन है। चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज दिस, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज दिस। चलिए जी, so f is the function of x and y is equal to 1 minus cos of x plus y upon x square plus y square if x comma y not equal to 0 comma 0, and it is 1 comma 2 1 by 2 if it is 0, and g is function defining by like this. Continuity f and g की at the point 0 comma 0 and everywhere पूछा गया है, ठीक है। चलिए ओके, ओके। So first of all, let's talk about the f. First of all, continuity of f at 0 comma 0 पर चेक करते हैं, at the point 0 comma 0. So limit x tending to 0, limit y tending to 0 of f of x comma y. This should be equal to 1 by 2. ये हमें चाहिए है ना। Limit x tending to 0, limit y tending to 0, 1 minus cos of x plus y upon x square plus y square, ठीक है। Okay. So direct substitution will not help us because by the direct substitution we are getting 0 by 0 form, है ना। Direct substitution is giving us 0 by 0 form. Okay. So let limit x tending to 0, limit y tending to 0, 1 minus cos of x plus y upon x plus y into x plus y upon x square plus y square. I can do it like this. So the first limit I can find by the substitution, है ना। तो यहाँ पर तो लिमिट से t टेंडिंग टू 0, 1 माइनस cos of t अपॉन t, ठीक है। फर्स्ट में तो x plus y equal to t, when x tending to 0, y tending to 0, then automatically my t will tends to 0. So 1 minus cos t upon t, t tending to 0, and the second limit keeping it as it is, limit x tending to 0, limit y tending to 0, x plus y upon x square plus y square. Correct. So this will give you a finite value, है ना। This will give you what, 1 na, I think, limit t tending to 0. So sin t, oh wait. This giving us 0. Indeterminate form we don't want. Yes, this would be better. Yes, better. Yes, we have to do this. So instead of taking x plus y, I'll take x plus y to the whole square, and here also x square, so that x square quadratic by डिग्री 2 और डिग्री 2 का रहेगा यहाँ पर। आई कैन टेक दिस, है ना। अदरवाइज तो यहाँ पर 0 into infinity फॉर्म मिल जाएगा, 0 into infinity फॉर्म जो कि अनडिफाइंड हो जाएगा। सो इफ आई एम टेकिंग हियर टी स्क्वायर, तो यहाँ पर क्या हो जाएगा हमारा ट्वाइस टी, ठीक है। सो द फर्स्ट लिमिट इज 1 by 2. नाउ दिस सेकेंड लिमिट आई विल हैव दिस, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पर क्या हो जाएगा, दिस लिमिट विल नॉट एग्जिस्ट, यस और नो, दिस लिमिट विल not exist. If you use r and theta coordinate, then it will depend on theta. So overall we have no limit. Overall we have no limit. करेक्ट है? क्लियर ना? यहाँ पर r theta यूज कर लो या पाथ ले लो, दिस लिमिट विल नॉट एग्जिस्ट. सो ओवरऑल यू विल हैव नो लिमिट. सो दिस विल implies f not continuous at the point 0, 0. So f is continuous at 0, 0. No, this option is incorrect. Okay. F is continuous everywhere except at 0, 0. So look here. 0, 0 पर तो function continuous नहीं है. But except 0, 0, if I am looking the f function, the function defining by this, function defining by this. So now here numerator function is everywhere continuous as well as denominator function is everywhere continuous. 0, 0 तो है ही नहीं. So that's why f function is everywhere continuous except at the point 0, 0. So my B option is correct here. ठीक है, चलिए. Now let's talk about the g function. G function is this. So first of all, check the continuity of g function at the point 0, 0, and remember here g function defining along x plus y not equal to 0 and x plus y equal to 0. This is how. So at 0, 0 पर तो continuous मिल जाएगा. Yes, 0, 0 पर तो continuous मिल जाएगा. Limit x tending to 0, y tending to 0. The g function 1 minus cos of x plus y upon x plus y to the whole square. By the substitution, limit t tending to 0, 1 minus cos t upon t square, and it is nothing but 1 by 2, which is value of function at 1 by 2 whenever x and y is 0, 0. So g is continuous at 0, 0. Yes, so C option is correct. C option is correct. The D option saying g is continuous everywhere. G is continuous everywhere. So look, हम लोगों ने चेक किया है continuity at the point 0, 0. Only at 0, 0. But x plus y is 0. ये कब होता है? ये तो सारे points take points of the form alpha time minus alpha, where alpha is any real number. X plus y equal to 0 is the collection of all such points where alpha can be any real number. As I have already taken 0, so let it this. So we have to check the continuity of this g function at such point also. अगर इन points पर मैंने continuity बता दिया, तो then my function will become continuous everywhere. Getting my point or not? सबसे पहले तो आंसर दो मुझे. Are you getting my point or not? We have checked here continuity of g function at the point 0, 0. है ना? But 0, 0 is not the only point where x plus y becomes 0. X plus y becomes 0 at all the points. So we have to check the continuity of g function at such points. Continuity of g at alpha comma minus alpha. Okay. So I can take x plus y is equal to t here. So now when x tending to alpha and y tending to minus alpha, okay, t will tends to 0. As x tending to alpha and y tending to minus alpha, t always tends to 0. ठीक है, चलिए. Okay, so same thing, t tending to 0, I will have 1 minus cos of t upon t square. So this will give me 1 by 2, which is nothing but f at alpha comma minus alpha. So my work is done. That is g is continuous at all the points alpha comma minus alpha. मतलब इन सारे points पर function continuous है. ठीक है, जहां पर x plus y 0 हो रहा है and x plus y not equal to 0, function defining by this well manner. So it is automatically continuous by the algebra. So yes, D option is now correct that g function is continuous everywhere. Clear है? चलिए, let's take another question. Next question is this. F is a function from 0, 1 square. The thing इसका मतलब है 0, 1 cross 0, 1 means x is any number. X is any x takes the values between 0 to 1 and y takes the value 0 between 0 to 1. ठीक है, to r. ये हमारा real valued function defining by this manner. When x not equal to 0, y not equal to 0, मतलब f of x comma y is equal to xy upon x square plus y square when x comma y both are not is equal to 0, 0, and it is 0 when x comma y is equal to 0 comma 0. This is how my function defined. Then which of the following is not true? Okay, f is continuous at 0 0. No, this limit will not exist, so A option is clearly incorrect. Not true, so A option is not true basically. Not true, so यहाँ पर clearly f not continuous at 0 comma 0. Reason क्या रहेगा? As limit x tending to 0, y tending to 0, xy upon x square plus y square not exist. Correct? That's why my function is not continuous. चलिए ठीक है. Next, boundedness. Does my function is bounded? How will you check the boundedness here? How will you check the boundedness of function f? Where remember f is a function of two variable x and y. X can be any number between 0 to 1, y can be any number between 0 to 1. है ना? Domain is this. Domain is this. We need to check the boundedness now here. Now. So look. If you are taking x minus y to the whole square, it will be what? It will be x square plus y square minus of twice xy, and it will be always greater than equal to 0. Yes. So over and all, I am getting x square plus y square minus twice xy is always greater than equal to 0. So the thing is, we are getting x square plus y square is greater than equal to twice xy. Correct? I want to find bounds for this function. So I'm getting x square plus y square is greater than equal to 2xy, and I know that x belonging to 0 to 1 and y belonging to 0 to 1. When x and y are 0, function defining by 0. So I can take x not equal to 0 and y not equal to 0. So whenever x is this, y and this, so this product xy is what? Product positive. Xy is positive now. So I can divide this by xy. X square plus y square divided by xy, this will be greater than equal to 2. Reason, as xy is strictly greater than 0 when x belonging to 0 to 1 and y belonging to 0 to 1. Okay, so take the reciprocal and of course less than infinity. If I take the reciprocal, then xy upon x square plus y square will lies between yes, 0 to 1 by 2. Yes or no? For all x belonging to 0 to 1 and for all y belonging to 0 to 1. And whenever x and y both are 0, function taking value 0. Correct? So this will imply that f is bounded. F is bounded. So this is how we can show the boundedness. ठीक है? Yes, so ये तो this is not true. It is not true. It is true. You can easily find out this limit, this double derivative going to be exist. So it is true. And f is continuous at 1 comma 0. Yes, f is continuous at 1 comma 0. Limit x tending to 1, limit y tending to 0 of my function. Function is what? Xy upon x square plus y square. Just put the take the direct substitution here. X equal to 1, y equal to 0, numerator is 0. X equal to 1, y equal to 0, 1 plus 0. So overall I am getting 0. And it is nothing but value of function at the point 1 comma 0. Yes. So this will implies f is continuous at the point 1 comma 0 because limit का value 0 मिल रहा है, which is nothing but value of function at the point 1 comma 0. By the direct substitution we can find out here limit. So yes, D is also true. So not true statement is only A. Not true statement is only A. Clear है? चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन ये है हमारा. तो ये हमारा लास्ट क्वेश्चन है. उसके बाद में आगे की जो भी क्वेश्चन है वो हम लोग नेक्स्ट क्लास में लेंगे. ठीक है? Okay, quickly answer me for this question. Easy the question, and this question appeared in CSIR NET exam. This question appeared in CSIR NET exam. Quickly answer karo. Quickly answer me. Yes, there are corrections. Log of cos square of e raised to x square. Actually function जो है वो ये है. Let me write it again. Log of cos square of e raised to x square and plus sin of x plus y. Actually correct question is this. यहाँ पर correction है, correct question is this. Okay, now you can give the answer quickly. Yes, when you take the partial derivative with respect to x, this term will give you a function of x. This will give you function of x, and this will give you cos of x plus y. When you differentiate partially with respect to x, okay. Now this thing you have to differentiate partially with respect to y. So this will give you 0, and this will give you minus of sin of x plus y. So यहाँ पर फिर करेक्शन है, इट इज नॉट साइन ऑफ एक्स प्लस वाई, इट इज माइनस ऑफ साइन ऑफ एक्स प्लस वाई. तो वेल यहाँ पर काफी सारे करेक्शन थे. तो जस्ट बाय ऑब्जर्विंग योर फंक्शन हम लोग यहाँ पर क्विकली आंसर दे सकते हैं. तो दिस मिक्स डेरिवेटिव इज नथिंग बट माइनस ऑफ साइन ऑफ एक्स प्लस वाई. ठीक है, सी ऑप्शन वुड बी करेक्ट. ठीक है, चलो ओके. सो आज की क्लास तो यहीं पे वाइंड अप करते हैं अपन. अब रिमेनिंग प्रॉब्लम्स ऑन द सेकंड वेरिएबल.